appeared on the internet at 3 o'clock this morning.
My declaration of war against the United States of America and its allies. Until every last foreign soldier has left Georgia, this war will continue on American soil and around the world, claiming the lives of the aggressors. The scales of power have been newly balanced, and we will no longer accept the tyranny of the United States.
Blamed the U.S. media for their part in spreading Kombain Nikoladz's message. Ironic counterpoint to the situation at home, U.S. soldiers in Georgia and Azerbaijan have spent their 5th night without combat. Though tensions remain high, military intelligence has been unable to locate any remaining Georgian commando. Have dramatically increased their efforts to find Kombain Nikoladze. U.S. intelligence is combing a constantly expanding search radius extending from Georgia. Each new country another possible secret alliance with the...
Because what we have here is a situation where further airstrikes just won't do any good. Nikoladze's army, if that's what you want to call it, is a bunch of...
As mourning relatives prepare funeral services, America's law enforcement and military forces prepare for the unknown, waiting for Kombain Nikoladze's next move.
What's that you're reading?
Flash notes on the U.S. soldiers. How's that connection coming?
I don't think Sarah's home.
Fisher,
Lambert?
you're going to be signal hunting the next couple of missions. We traced the data stream as far as a nuclear power plant called Nadezhda, but we lose it there.
Encryption?
Partly, but it has more to do with the nature of Nikoladze's network. It's been cobbled together from microwave relays, local lines, line of sight stuff, anything they could find. I'll come back with more details once you're on the ground.
What do you got for me?
No answer, man. Here, you can leave a message.
Hi, we can't come to the phone right now, so please leave a message. Thanks.
Sarah? Sarah, if you're there, pick up. This is Fisher. I mean, Dad. I'm just checking up on you. I'm sure you're fine. It was real good to see you. You can leave me a message at my office when you get this. Just let me know you're doing all right. Bye.
Revealed moments ago caught U.S. intelligence completely by surprise. The video webcast by their Georgian captors shows the soldiers mistreated but in apparent good health. The Army has not yet released the identity. President David Bowers personally thanked agents of the FBI for their patriotic heroism in the Halloween night apprehension of 3 Georgian mercenaries from the Kalinatech building in downtown Langley. All 3 Georgian mercenaries have been identified as current employees of the Russian Secret Service. NATO inspectors and U.S. intelligence have begun focusing their search for Kombain Nikoladze on Russia and its satellites. Though the Kremlin has denied any involvement, diplomatic relations have become... NATO inspectors are meeting light resistance in their investigation into Russia's possible support of Kombain Nikoladze's campaign of terror against the United States. Diplomatic channels remain open, but grow more strained with each... has called the Georgian information crisis a high-tech Vietnam, citing the enormous cost, ambiguous cause, and bewildering loss of... said that Russia must cooperate more fully with NATO inspectors if they wish to avoid an escalation to hostility.
What is the Kremlin trying to hide?
You'll be all right.
What's it supposed to feel like? You've been shot more than anybody I know. I'm gonna be okay.
Wilkes.
I'll live.
You're dying, Wilkes.
I'm sorry.
Returning.
You're headed for Myanmar. The mission's not over.
What about Wilkes?
We might have a runner in Japan we could borrow, a woman named Cohen.
What's in Myanmar?
Nicolads. We used the Kalinatech data to pinpoint him at the Chinese embassy in Rangoon.
Chinese support for the Georgian?
The political situation isn't good. If they are backing Nicolads, you better find rock-solid proof. I don't want to go into World War III without a good reason.
You've got some time before you reach Rangoon. You want me to patch in a secure line so you can talk to Sarah?
No.
has cleared Russia of any support for Kombain Nicolads or involvement in the Georgian information crisis. Though tensions have eased on one front, the situation, the latest attack in Kombain Nicolads' information crisis. 37 security and emergency services personnel have been declared dead, with unknown casualties among employees at the dam. All non-essential personnel from the American embassy in China were called back to the States earlier today in what analysts speculate could be preparation for Chinese hostilities. 2 days without updates as to health and well-being of the captured American soldiers, whose families today will be granted a personal audience with Vice President. Relations with China were already strained over disarmament negotiations, and the suspicion of involvement in the Georgian information crisis may very well push both sides Though the evidence itself has not been revealed, U.S. intelligence is claiming to have proof of China manufacturing nuclear weapons, a blatant infraction of international treaties. China has made an unmitigated denial of the charges, restating the belief that diplomatic talks with China continue to crumble. U.S. military forces are mobilizing towards the anticipation of possible hostilities. China again denies any involvement in Kombain Nicolads' oh my God, broadcast through the internet just minutes ago.
Cannot allow my nation to be subjected to the blatant international despotism of the United States or the cronyism of its allies. The world is not yours alone, and the soldiers you send into it are all equally guilty of American fascism. At 5:30 p.m. Greenwich Standard Time, the United States soldiers captured in a just war against their motherland will be executed. Their deaths broadcast for the world to watch.
Since the unexplained interruption of the webcast executions, no information of the captured American soldiers has surfaced. Has instated a complete media blackout regarding diplomatic negotiations between the U.S. and China. Authorities warn of the very real possibility of Georgian mercenaries releasing falsified news reports. The possibility that China was in any way involved in the still unconfirmed execution of American soldiers, in the hope that the crisis can be averted before leading to world war.
Fisher, it's time we talked about the Ark.
What is it?
What Nicolads wants most in the world and what we're going to catch him by.
That's all we know.
We know the Ark is hidden somewhere inside the Georgian presidential palace, and we know Varlam Kristavi is letting him take it.
Who's Gustavi?
The new president of Georgia, pushed into power by our friends at the CIA.
It doesn't make sense.
We'll do the thinking. Your primary mission in Georgia will be Nicolad's. We get him and the game's over. The good guys win.
Were you talking to Lambert?
Yeah. Sarah?
Dad, is that you?
It's good to hear your voice.
The TV said you guys beat Nicolad's.
It's not that simple.
So you're not coming home?
No, honey, not yet. But soon.
A collective sigh of relief as the U.S. returned to a state of amicable diplomacy with China. The swift action of the CIA and Chinese intelligence revealed a splinter faction of the Chinese military covertly supporting the Georgian information crisis, declaring a national day of mourning for those lost in the Georgian information crisis. Confirms the consummate defeat of Kombain Nikoladz's cyber warriors. The acts of information terrorism have come to an end, and in a ceremony later today, President Bowers will be issuing an official thanks to the CIA, FBI, and U.S. Special Forces for their role in bringing an end to the crisis. Though his whereabouts are still unknown, Kombain Nikoladze is essentially powerless.
We have torn off the scorpion's claws. We have severed his tail, and he cannot stay hidden for long.
An 8-story apartment building and surrounding 4 blocks in Hopegate, Maryland, were evacuated today by the National Guard. Authorities cited a gas leak as the reason for the evacuation, stressing that today's events had no relation whatsoever to Kombain Nikoladze or the Georgian information crisis. Hopegate, less than half an hour from downtown Washington, D.C., will, since the recovery and confirmed identity of President Kombain Nikoladze's corpse 5 days ago. Palace guards fatally shot President Nikoladze in the midst of what appears to have been an attempted ousting of acting President Varlam Kristavi. In a press conference this morning, U.S. President Bowers lauded the American people for their courage.
We were injured, we stumbled, but we did not fall. The world knows no hardship or terror that American tenacity cannot overcome. And so I extend my deepest admiration to every U.S. citizen of the world, to every civilian and every soldier standing firm against the terror and tyrannies of wicked men. History will not forget your resolve. History will not forget your resolve.
Dad, what's going on? You haven't laughed since the Reagan administration.
We have kept the bright flame of American freedom burning throughout the world. May God clear our vision and strengthen our minds
Hello,
for the
Lambert.
work to come.